Hi, welcome guys. And before we get started, I wanted to make sure you guys can hear me. I think rinig naman ako. Yon, that's good. Hi. Before we get started, it's been a while since I did this, so I kind of forgot how we usually start with these lives. But thank you so much for everyone that showed up in the Madrid meetup for Digital Nomad Visa people. It was really like a really nice and refreshing time, to be honest, because it's been a while since I've been to like this huge crowds then of people, because it's been really a while since I found a community here, and I'm just glad that everyone showed up and everybody was having the best time during that time. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. And before we get started for this week's live, we're gonna be talking about 3+ years na corporate experience, because I see a lot of people that get confused with regards sa corporate experience and sa remote work experience, and how that usually factors in sa minimum income requirement or sa requirements in general. So I want to clear that up for you guys so that we can at least have this um clear assumption of how they check the documents that you provide. So ano ba 'tong sinasabi ko? So first, the Spain Digital Nomad Visa is for non-EU nationals, so including Filipinos, here in Spain, that are remote workers or either independent contractors or employees. So at dito, usually, ang mga parang ano nila, tawag dito, parang usually nangyayari dito is they vacation, or someone vacations in Spain that is a remote worker, and this is their way to like extend their stay here. But of course, for us Filipinos, it's a good way also, or pathway, to migrate here to get the Spanish citizenship, because we only need 2 years of residency plus yung A2 level language exam and the CCSE, and then we can apply for citizenship. So definitely it's a good pathway um, compared to other pathways like student visas or work visas here in Spain. So one of the requirements here is that you either have a diploma related to what you work as right now, or that you must have 3+ years experience in your industry. So a lot of people ask, does it have to be remote? Like, ibig sabihin ba, yung work na ito, na 3+ years, kailangan remote? Like, for example, kailangan ba remote accountant ka for like, for more than 3 years? So, not necessarily. So, hindi kailangan na remote siya. But of course, if for example, wala kang degree as an accountant, kailangan may 3+ years ka na experience. So, kahit yung corporate mo na experience, that is counted towards that 3 years. So, for example, if may 2 years ka na accounting job in corporate before, plus 1 year ka na remote accountant right now, then that definitely makes you qualified for the digital nomad visa. Pero isa lang yan. So, sa mga kailangan mo with regards sa requirements. Of course, another part of it is that you need to be meeting the minimum income requirement. Right now, in 2026, the minimum income requirement for one single applicant is 2,849 euros. So, yan ay allowed ang multiple clients. So, for example, ang streams of income mo ay may client ka sa US, may client ka sa UK, may multiple clients ka, that is totally fine. As long as lahat sila is in good standing, meaning niyan is yung business nila is registered and nagbabayad ng taxes for more than a year. Pangalawa, kailangan na more than 3 months ka na sa work na yon or sa mga work na to. And then, of course, kailangan ng contract, either employee contract or independent contractor agreement. And then, kailangan ng letter of them expressly authorizing you to work remotely in Spain. Na allowed ka mag-work remotely and i-continue tong contract mo while in Spain. I know a lot of people ask, paano if like nasa contract naman na you can work from whenever you want, wala kang restrictions. Yes, but Spain kasi wants to make sure that they know na you are migrating to Spain. So they want to make sure na authorized ka to work here. So yeah, definitely that would be a thing. Okay, ma'am, magpapa-apostle na po kami. Ano pa po ba ibang documents na need? So we do have the DIY guide for free on the website. It's www.atainspain.com/DIY-guide. So you can definitely check that out para makita nyo kung ano yung complete list of documents. But usually kasi I cannot give yung complete requirements specifically for your case. Kasi syempre, you're not like my clients and I don't know yung background fully. Hi, paano if Upwork yung ibang clients? Pwede naman yung Upwork, but to be honest with our clients na galing sa Upwork, yung clients nila, if that doesn't confuse you, usually kailangan pa din ng contract. So, yung sa Upwork kasi medyo parang blanket contract lang siya. So, it's not a real independent contractor agreement. And it would be much better if mapapirmahan mo yung independent contractor agreement sa kanila. Ate, saan po nakakahanap ng employer yung pasok pang DNV sana? Well, it's not about like paano makahanap ng employer pasok sa DNV. A lot of our clients vary from their industry, niches, kung saan sila nakabase, and kung saan nakabase yung clients nila. But what I've noticed is that a lot of my clients have been in the remote work industry for a while. Kasi kailangan talaga yung skill mo sa paghahanap ng clients is a part of what makes being a freelancer really work out. So, hindi ka talaga magtatagal sa freelancing kung mahirap ka makahanap ng client or hindi ka marunong maghanap ng client. So, it depends per niche kung nasan yung mga tao usually. But for me, I'm a web developer. Usually, I find a lot of clients in Indeed, like LinkedIn. I find in remote.com. OLG, medyo mababa kasing rates. Upwork, I haven't had an Upwork account since forever. But usually now, I just based it on referrals. So we work a lot with our website, our SEO. We try to rank at least on the top 50 all the time. So we try to put our skills that way. Kasi we always try and position myself na like it's a project based, like it's not me as an employee, because I to be honest with you, I feel like my main job now, like yung job ko, like where I'm employed now, is already enough na as an employment because it's tiring to do multiple clients. I salute people that can do that. That's amazing hard work. But for me, I think I get sick after a while pag nagsasabay ng clients. So it's not really like sustainable for me. So what I do is just more project based sa ibang clients. So I just keep this one client really happy and the rest are usually just, project based, papagawa ng website, with SEO improvements, that type of stuff. Pero ate, BPO yung line of work ko for 15 years. May pag-asa ba na makahanap ng client? There's no way to na hindi ka makakahanap ng client, if that makes sense. But for people that are new to the space, I always tell them it's good to rely on agencies. I know it's mababang pay and stuff like that, but at least hindi ka zero. Kasi minsan nakakapagod emotionally yung rejections after rejections sa pag-a-apply or wala kang nare-receive na anything, and then naiwanan mo na yung job mo or yung current mo na job, nagmalis ka na kasi gusto mo na ibigay yung all mo for freelancing. Usually, I tell people if you're transitioning from corporate, keep your corporate job until you find a client. And if wala ka ng corporate job, I think it's easy to bet on having an agency. At least yon, parang hindi yung mga agencies na USD an hour. Yung mga at least acceptable, at least 5 USD an hour. That's already a lot. Yung 5 USD an hour as a beginner na sobrang bago lang sa space. And then, from there, kailangan mo nang tutunan paano ba makuha yung client, paano mag-headhunt, that type of stuff. Ano ba yung niche mo? Those type of stuff. Where in Spain do you live po? I live right now in Alicante. We just moved here about 2 months ago and it's been a blast. So that's why I really got busy and start not doing lives much or posting. Needs sa contract dapat may indicated gaano katagal yung service. Like for example, 3 years contract. I would suggest to have an open-ended contract, meaning that the terms is like it magko-continue tong contract unless terminated. Um, that makes it open-ended. I'm a business owner corporate. Chinecheck po ba if ilan kami sa corporation? Not really. All they really ask for the corporation sa document is yung certificate of incorporation. So, ang mangyayaring setup niyan is that you're employed by your own company. Hello, I don't have a degree, but I have over 3 years of experience. What proof po pwede i-submit? So, let's talk about that. It varies because we've had clients that more than 3 years na sila sa client nila. So the proof is as easy as ipakita mo yung old contract mo, make sure you follow up with addendums. Like for example, from 2023, tumaas na yung pay mo. So dapat may addendum yung contract mo na tumaas na yung pay mo. But maganda na makita nila yung old contract mo para makita nila yung effectivity date doon. Ngayon, what if 3 years ka na pero palipat-lipat ka ng client? Then you have to make sure to get the certificate of engagement for each of these clients. Okay lang kahit old na certificate of engagement. Meaning, na-release siya nung na umalis ka sa work na yon, that type of stuff, that's fine as long as walang masyadong butas yung for the last 3 years. Kung may mga butas here and there, then do 4 years yung ipakita mo na meron kang work na related sa industry mo. So for example, okay, I was financial controller for 2 years and then for a year I was an accountant and then for now, sa mga clients ko, I'm a bookkeeper. So pwede naman yung ganon. Hindi kailangan na specific job title. Ate, saan po nakakahanap? Okay, I think I've already done that. Okay, the next one is, do they check company websites and social medias for corporation? I don't think they have the time. I'm not gonna say for sure, but with clients, usually all they check is the documents you submit. What about na-dissolve na ang company ng previous clients? That's fine as long as you have the certificate of engagement. Hi. How much po did you cash out para makarating ng Spain? I would say we probably spent about with flight tickets, ha? Well, it's not fair kasi to do the flight tickets because I was with my dog, so I had to book a more expensive flight because, and also the additional fee of bringing a dog with you in the cabin of your flight. But I would say probably about 75K. Like that. Like 75K. And is it 75K? Yeah, I think 75K kasama na siguro yung paglabas-labas and yung fees, that type of stuff. And this is both for my 1 year and my 3 year, I think, na yung 1 year digital nomad visa sa consulate and then yung 3 year na nakuha ko from, hello, 3 year na nakuha ko from, they're applying directly here in Spain for my residence authorization. But flight ticket wise, I think may kita mo ngayon meron na mga 50K, ganon, if you can find it on sale, usually. But of course, there are some expensive ones too as well. Mm, how's the process for citizenship? So right now, I haven't applied for citizenship yet. So I'm still about to take my exams. Hopefully, time is of the essence right now, so I need to deal with that na very soon. And hopefully we pass and we can submit for citizenship and we'll be done. And then we'll wait. Right now though, we've had clients that trusted us with their citizenship applications. So hopefully makita natin kung gaano katagal. But so far, yung pinaka-ano namin, January pa yung pinasa. So, it's about 5 months in processing now. Hmm, yung required income po, dapat po ba galing yun sa pure remote work lang? Yes, it has to be fully remote work. It cannot be from your businesses. It cannot be from corporate. So, kung corporate ka, kailangan corporate lang and isa lang yung client mo. Ganon. Ate, approved na ako for DNV. Pero nag-qualify ako kasi gross income ang tinignan. Iniisip ko for renewal, magkakaproblema kaya ako since 50% ng kita ko napupunta sa pasweldo ko sa outsource. Or it doesn't matter as long as yung gross ay pasok. As long as pasok naman yung gross. Kasi mas mababa tax na binabayaran ko since deducted yung expenses. That I would not know specifically. Kasi technically, what I advise for a lot of people is that yung minimum income requirement dapat yun talaga yung kinikita mo and not necessarily masyado mataas yung expenses and that type of stuff. But usually they don't look at your taxes and stuff like that. They usually just look at your invoices, your payslips. Next is okay. Ano vitamins? Vitamins. Wala. Ano lang. Vitamin sun. Laging nasa labas. Legit ba, pag Pinoy ka at nagstay ka dyan ng 2 years, pwede ka na mag-citizenship? So, not necessarily, that's not how simple that sounds. So, kailangan nasa resident ka, resident category. So, there are visas, like for example, student visas, or the 1 year that you get from the consulate for the digital nomad visa, those are not counted towards residency. So, kailangan 2 years ka na resident here in Spain for you to apply for citizenship. So, for example, a lot of my clients, kaya yun yung sinasabi ko sa kanila, lumipad na lang dito under tourist visa and then mag-apply for digital nomad visa. And then once they get the 3 year, then counted na yon towards citizenship. How much usual expenses for necessities such as rent, food, transport? For rent, we're paying two apartment for like close to city center. Nasa ano kasi kami, almost by the beach. I would say probably 20 minutes walk by the papunta sa ano sa beach. So we were paying 800 euros per month, and then utility electricity probably around 49 euros per month, and then water is per quarter. It's about around 30 euros per quarter or every 3 months. So parang 10 euros siya per month. And then food wise, kind of similar to the Philippines. We have a big food budget because we don't really like to eat out anymore unless we have good places we know that food's gonna be good. So we usually cook or like buy snacks. Like something yung hindi namin tinitipid is yung food. So we probably allocate about 20 euros per day. And then if kakain sa labas, then that means we have to like allocate 20 euros for that. So usually that's how we do it. Possible ba if ever mag-apply ako ng visa sa September, makaalis ako by the end of the year? If you're applying in the consulate, their times are not really like reliable, but I think that is possible naman. But I wouldn't promise you anything because we don't process in the consulate anymore. Based on your experience, ano mostly additional requirements hinihingi for corporations? We don't, well, the thing is, this is how I would explain it usually. That's why I post a lot in our Blue App group na, okay, ito yung mga na-approve, ito yung additional requirements, meron bang additional requirements, meron bang ganito, ganyan. Because I want to be as transparent as possible. The additional requirements usually are something we do not expect. Like, either, yung additional requirement na yun, kung hindi kami nahirapan, ina-expect na namin yun. Like, okay, hindi umabot tong pagpapa-apostle ng document na to. Let's just submit the certificate itself, and then most likely hihingin naman yan as additional requirement. Ang importante maipasa na natin kasi, for example, nakabook na sila ng flight, that type of stuff. So that's how we usually go. But genuinely, yung additional requirements usually is depending siya sa specific case mo. So if it's something that you have expected, you usually will submit it. We try to over prepare than under prepare. So for example, if you're like the certificate of good standing, certificate of incorporation, those needs to be apostilled. So usually neto, hindi ka mamroblema sa additional requirement eh. Ang mamroblema ka sometimes is the process of collecting the documents properly. So if tama naman and ready yung mga documents mo, then there shouldn't be a problem with additional document request. We never had an applicant got failed kasi hindi kami nakapagpasa ng additional document request. Kasi usually, yung additional document na yan, na antabayanan na namin. Yung pagpass po ng requirements, apostle and translated docs, ang isasubmit sa BLS, yes. And then, next dito is, okay, there you go. If sa diploma, do we need to have it apostilled? Yes, you do need to have it apostilled. And the way to apostle that is getting certification, authentication, and verification from CHED. After 2 years, di ba po pwede na mag-apply for citizenship? Gaano katagal pa bago ma-approve yun? It varies. Some people got it in under 3 months. Some people got it for like 1 year. So, it varies talaga. Sorry, kakadating lang. House with separate rooms po ba yung setup nyo? Yes, we have two bedrooms. We have one living room. We have a big kitchen. We have one bathroom. And we have two storage spaces. Hi po, how do you apply for digital nomad visa? What are the requirements po and what are your tips? So we do have a DIY guide in our website. You can see the link in my bio for that. And yeah, you can see there. And we also have a group that's also the link in my bio. So we share tips there and like stuff like that. And if you want to post questions and stuff like that, we also have that there. Pwede na ba ang 6K dollars per month na income para mabuhay dyan for digital nomad? How do I put this? If you're making the minimum income requirement, that is double the minimum wage here in Spain. So yeah, you will be living comfortably. I don't think it would be a problem. I would say, to be honest, with the families, since mataas yung minimum income requirement, even more, you would live comfortably. Kasi technically, hindi naman talaga yan yung realistic na gagastusin mo. Like, if you're one person, technically parang same lang siya nung binabayaran mo if dalawa kayo, if tatlo kayo. Right? Like, especially with kids, they barely eat anything. And technically, yung apartment naman, hindi siya ganun kataas yung jump if 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom. Like, for us, we're just a couple. So, we could have settled for 1 bedroom. But wala naman pinagkaiba yung price. So, better na to just to have 2 bedroom. So, if we have friends over, they can just sleep here. Hi, magkaka-replay kaya tong video na to in case di ko patapos. Yes, we do post the replays on YouTube. Thank you. So, sa renewal, invoices lang at di na i-check taxes. Usually, they don't. But what they check are more diligent are your social security payments. Once na nasa Spain na, are we still required to pay the tax in the Philippines for our corporation? If you own the corporation, yes, of course, you do need to pay that because it's a corporation based or registered in the Philippines. Technically, your taxes that will be paid here in Spain are your taxes as an independent contractor or an employee of that corporation. Next is, magkano pa rent mo sa Alicante? 800 euros. Kaya po ba yung init? I don't know, guys. I lived in Tuguegarao for like most of my life, so maybe my heat tolerance is very high, but I don't think so. It's not hot here at all. It's cold, if I would say. Like, ang hangin dito lagi. Maybe mainit pag lalabas ka kasi syempre direct sa'yo yung araw. But it's not like, ow, like, ang sakit, ganon. It's just like, oh, it's hot outside. Like, ganon. Pero it's not like, mamamatay ka sa init. And I always feel like, we're Filipinos. We've dealt with worse. Allowed mag-work ng iba dyan pag naka-DNV part-time? No, you cannot work a physical job here, but you can get remote clients pa din, but only if hindi siya mag-exceed ng 20%. Okay, next. How much pa Social Security after 1 year? I know na promo nila sa first year is 88 euros per month. With me, I'm paying around 360 euros per month. What if na-approve ka for DNV but nag-fluctuate yung income mo from time to time while nasa Spain ka? That shouldn't be a problem because they understand that you're a freelancer and it fluctuates. However, for the sake of the argument that, oh, so paano yung expenses mo here in Spain and stuff like that. That's why kahit hindi hinahanap for your application yung savings, it's important to have savings when you move. That's just something that you have to face the reality of. Kailangan nyo ng savings when you're moving abroad. Okay, next is, hello, allowed po ba kung kami ng spouse ko incorporators ng company? Dependent ko siya sa application. Yeah, that would be fine. Because the certificate of incorporation naman, hindi nakalagay dun yung pangalan unless OPC. Diba? So, ask ko lang, ano po yung digital nomad? I'm a working student right now who wants to live abroad. So, digital nomads is for remote workers that are either employees or independent contractors that are making the minimum income requirement and want to live here in Spain. So, you pay taxes here and live here. And after 2 years of residency, us Filipinos can apply for Spanish citizenship. May expiry po ba ang Apostle Docs? Yes. Most of them is about 6 months. Ilang days po suggested mo na max days outside of Spain per year for citizenship? About 45 days lang. Hi ate, do you all have a WhatsApp group? We do have a WhatsApp group, but it's for people that already are here living in Spain and want to do for meetups and stuff. So we usually don't entertain questions there. We do have though messenger group. And it's there also on our Blue Up group. You can check there. Nakalagay doon yung link. Same question, magkano po rin sa Alicante? Kaya po ba init without AC? Yeah, it's 800 euros for 2 bedrooms. And for us, yeah, wala kaming AC dito sa apartment namin. And even with our friends that have AC, we usually don't turn them on. Kasi for us, it's already cold here. I don't know, it's because we're at the third floor maybe. So, medyo mas mahangin dito, especially in the morning. But yeah, I don't feel the heat at all. Like, siguro mababanas ka ng konti if walang electric fan. But that's just, you don't wanna be stuck in a hot oven, kinda. Kasi medyo mainit. Sometimes, sa mga kwarto, ganyan. But for us, like, we usually do have blinds like this because sometimes masyadong mahangin. And lamigin din kasi ako. Ikaw ata nakita ko sa Five Guys. When to? When yan? I don't remember if we ate at Five Guys recently. Yeah, I don't think we ate there recently. How much is rent dyan for single nomad? It varies kung saan kang community, saang city, ano yung ilang bedrooms, ganon. So, usually our friends that are in Madrid can find apartments as cheap as like 400 euros, like a room. For like, may tatlo silang roommates, not roommates, flatmates, and they have their own separate rooms. I have it apostle 2 years ago since I was supposed to go to AU. Will that still be valid? No, kasi 6 months lang yung validity. DNV needs 200k paycheck. What's your work po? I am a web developer po. Hello po, pwede po ba diretso na for Spain mag-request ng visa or sa PH po muna? Yes, you can, but you have to be here physically in Spain. So that means that you have to apply for a Schengen visa first. Sole proprietor pwede sa DNV? Not really. It depends. Like, you have to have contracts with your clients. But definitely it's a different approach to the application. So I would suggest to book a consultation call with me. How much exactly is the income requirement to get approved for DNV? It's 2,849 euros per month. If I apply from PH when I renew for DNV, what are the usual government requirements needed? Do I have to go back to the PH? Usually, if you already had your TIA, which is your physical resident card, you don't need the NBI anymore. So that means wala na masyadong i-request. But if you're a family, of course, you need the birth certificate and marriage certificate. But that all can be online kasi may e-apostle na and all that. So it's not gonna be that much of a problem. Next. Pwede ba gamitin yung mga credit card mo sa Pinas dyan if digital nomad ka na? Yes, you can. Pwede naman. Wala yung nagiging problema doon. And then, lagi po ba nag-change ang rule ng DNV planning to apply Jan 2028 after 1 year of corporation? Yeah, it changes from time to time. So that's why I tell people, yes, right now accepted yung SSS, but para if matagal pa kayo, magkumuha na lang din ng BIR Certificate of Incorporation para at least, like, ano nyo na, like, covered nyo na yon in case na hindi na tinatanggap yung SSS. If sole proprietor like e-commerce sales business, no contract sa client but registered BIR tax, it won't be qualified. Kasi this visa is not for business owners. It's for employees or independent contractors, freelancers. So there needs to be a client on the other end. So it cannot be for like sole proprietors. With the Comsci po ako graduating next year, planning to move to Spain. Oh, that would be so nice. Yeah, I think as early as now you could try finding clients, like try to see if you can juggle that, and definitely the DNV is also an available option for you. Mahirap po ba makakuha ng Schengen? I wouldn't say mahirap, but definitely it varies depending sa profile mo. So, there are typically four points for profile that they look at. Your travel intention. So, ba't ka pupunta doon? Kailangan mo i-prove na for tourism siya. So, dito nagfo-fall yung mga requirements like day-to-day itinerary, dummy flight ticket, hotel reservations, that type of stuff. Yung pangalawa is that your proof of liquidity. So, kalaki yung savings mo. We do have a Schengen Visa bank calculator on the website that you can use to kind of compute kung magkano yung parang target nyo na savings na pasok kayo for Schengen Visa. But dito nila makikita na may pera ba kayo to actually travel. And then the next one is your proof of home ties, which is basically anything that anchors you to the Philippines. Anything na masasabi nila, okay, magtutourist lang talaga to, hindi to mag-illegal kasi may buhay siya sa Pilipinas. Ganun. So that means maybe you have a house in the Philippines, a land lot, you have health insurances or fuels that you're paying for. Maybe you have, taxes, that anything to show stability in your life in the Philippines. And then yung last one is just basically travel history. So, ibig sabihin, mas mapapaniwala mo sila na magtutourist ka lang talaga if you do travel actually. So, usually, I wouldn't say that it hurts your chances or like it's impossible for you to get a Schengen visa na walang travel history because I've seen it happen before. But it would be much safer sana if you have travel history. Next natin na question is, I'd like to start learning Spanish in advance. Any tips where to start? Effective way, platform. Preply is really good. It's kind of like a one-on-one, Pero I recommend to study basic first. To like maybe read a full-on book about A2 level Spanish before you go to Preply. Para hindi ka din, mas mahirap kasi mas simula na from zero talaga. What is income from SaaS software pasok sa DNB? Not sure exactly dun sa question. Thank you po. This is noted. Needed na ba ngayon BIR registration as freelancer or ITR ang need i-submit po? If you're applying in the in the Spain consulate sa Pilipinas for the 1-year digital nomad visa, you do need your income tax return. But if you're applying here, then all you need is a self-employed registration. So that can be your SSS is self-employed, your DTI registration for sole proprietorship, or yung BIR registration mo as a self-employed. Kailangan po ba ang cert of good standing for consultant of my own company under corporation? The certificate of good standing is for the company, so not for the applicant. So it's not for an individual person. My income is from my own subscription SaaS software. Pasok ba to apply for a DNV? It depends. Because, for example, ang income mo is that you basically have a business. So if you maybe establish a corporation and then pay yourself as an employee of that corporation, then that could work. But otherwise, it cannot just be income derived. It needs to be a company is paying you to do the services, because that's how they see the stability of freelance income. What if wala pong ITR but planning to get registered sa BIR as freelancer? Pwede po ba yon? If sa consulate ka mag apply like I said, kailangan ng ITR be. So, wala siyang going around it. Kailangan ng ITR if sa consulate ka mag apply. If dito, then you don't need an ITR. So, I know it's a little bit confusing, but consulate means sa Philippines ka mag apply, and then here means dito ka sa Spain directly mag apply. That means you need a Schengen visa first. So, it can be a tourist visa, business visa, but anything that has legal ka na nag-enter ng Spain. Did you have the case of getting 1 year DNV after renewing? Yes. What do you mean mga 1 year na DNV and then nag-renew? Yes, we had those cases before, and hindi naman siya nagiging problem usually, but I would suggest na you have to apply 60 days before the expiration of your 1 year visa. Do they require ITR ng company or ITR ko lang as an individual? ITR mo lang as an individual. So, it would be better explained dun sa DIY guide kung ano yung need nila. How much ang salary requirement if applying in Spain versus Philippines? It's the same now. So, it would be 2,849 euros for the main applicant. And I do have a pinned video on my post if you guys are applying as a family. Iba-iba yung minimum income requirement noon. So, definitely also check that out. Ayun. Other than that, I think okay, give me one second. I am 1 year DNV, but do I need to prove the self-employment in my home country again? Usually, no. So, you just need yung na nagbabayad ka na ng taxes dito. So, that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah. We got one for clients recently, but we did not submit it. But we just got it for the sake of having it in case they do ask for it. Kasi hindi mo rin alam. Minsan iba-iba rin kasi yung patakaran per worker. Kahit kasi sinabi, for example, ng director ng OHENA, okay, ito na yung patakaran natin ngayon. Minsan, not all workers adhere to that. Some are stricter than others as well. If anyone watching from Davao, my Spanish class sa Ateneo every Saturday ang classes. 10 weeks, 3 hours. Hi ate, mas nakakasipag ba mag-work dyan in terms of productivity? For me, di na necessarily sipag, but I feel like I had more energy to do more. Like, I feel like I have time now na lumabas, na i-walk yung dog ko more frequently, di lang isang beses ang araw, ganon. So, for me, I think it really changed then my way ng parang perspective into productivity, that you just take care of yourself more. And I, TMI, but I used to have PCOS. So that healed with no medication actually here. Just I feel like yung sleep schedule ko kasi in the Philippines and all that was what's happening. So I think that basically healed itself on its own. Which cities do you recommend moving in Spain? Well, I would recommend Alicante because I'm here, but it depends kasi eh. I usually tell this, and I think I've done this in a lot of lives because we do the cities and stuff like that live every now and then. But I always recommend that you have to first look, ano ba yung hinahanap mo? Do you want to move in a city? Do you want to move near the beach? Do you want to move somewhere cold? Do you want somewhere na medyo mountainous, hiking, that type of stuff? Because you have to also love where you're living, right? And then, ano yung budget mo? And then that will eliminate a lot of the cities and you will be probably down to like your top 10. And then dun sa top 10 na yon, gaano ka-importante sa'yo yung Filipino community. Then that will eliminate another like probably 50-70% of that. And then after nun, you can now try and see those places for real or maybe may specifics ka pa. Then you can see for yourself if saan mo talaga gusto mo tumira. If mawalan po kami pareho ng spouse ko ng work during DNV, what can you advise how to find a job? Well, hopefully hindi naman siya mangyari. Well, it didn't happen to me personally pa kasi. So, I wouldn't know, really. I mean, I always say it's better to have a backup. Like, for me, that's why hindi ko pa rin binibitawan yung to do side projects and stuff like that just in case mawala yung isa kong main client, then at least merong income from the sidelines and stuff. And I just need to make sure that either I don't have to do the renewal anymore or if magre-renew ako, makakahanap ako ng client na stable ulit. Ganon. So, yun. How to apply for digital nomad visa. We do have it on the link in my bio, yung DIY guide. But it varies kung saan ka mag apply ano yung type of status mo, profile mo, that type of stuff. But generally, there is a list of documents that you need to submit. Ano po yung digital nomad visa? It's for remote workers that wants to live here in Spain. If I start finding clients as a CS student and apply for remote work at DNV, okay, I got confused. If I start finding clients as a CS student, I'm not sure, a computer science student, and apply for remote work at DNV, what recommends I usually need? You should just follow the DIY guide. And since wala ka pang diploma, then you have to follow kung ano yung kailangan mo for 3 years work experience. Marunong na po kayo mag-Spanish? Yes, but I'm still pretty much at A2 level. I need to practice it more. If mag-apply na po kami citizenship after 2 years, kailangan pa ba ulit i-prepare ITR from PH? No, you don't need to anymore. Um, how much po in-acquire mong savings before getting the DNV? I wouldn't say that kung magkano because that's a personal question. But I always recommend, depende kung ilan kayo, to have 3 months of kung ano yung gastos nyo. Plus the taxes that you have to pay. So, kung kunyari, ako lang mag-isa, and then gastos ko siguro, ito 800 plus ito sa rent. Let's say, in total, ang gastos ko is 1,700. I need to have 1,700 times 3 or 6, depende sa risk appetite mo. Have that, and then plus kung magkano yung kailangan bayaran sa taxes. So, mahaba yung time mo. Kumbaga, I mean, you already found that client. You know, na-meet mo na yung minimum income requirement. It's not impossible for you to meet that again. It's just now, at least may fallback ka na savings that you can spend in case mawalan ka ng client. Next is... Possible po kaya mag-IVF kahit naka-DNV dependent? Yes. So, and IVF here for straight couples are actually free in Spain. Just have to meet. At I think you have to be below 40 or something like that. But yeah, it is possible here. Oh my God. I have to remember your face. I can't. Hi. How's life in Spain so far po as DNV? Well, for me, paano ba ito isasagutin? How's life so far? Well, my brain's been more quiet since moving here. Just more calmer and less things to worry about. You kind of forget. Kahit yung simple as yung paglalakad outside. You know, I remember like with me, because I lived in UPLB pretty much after I moved there for college and just stayed there. You forget once you're here in Europe kung gaano ka hirap maglakad. Simple as paglalakad sa labas. Kaya ang dami nating kaya tayo as Filipinos don't like walking or we are always like, oh, pag pumunta ka sa ibang bansa, naglalakad ka naman pag tourist ka, ganyan. It's because they really have walkable cities. I don't know how to explain it. Probably someone better can explain it, but the cities are just walkable. It's just easier. Your brain is just hindi kailangan magpatintero of like, oh, ito, may nakapark dito, or masasagasaan ako dito sa site. Ganon. Hindi ganon. So, parang mas quiet lang yung brain mo, which is how you're dealing with life in general. And everything is just, I feel, calmer. Of course, there are hardships, especially once you arrive here, you submit it, and then of course you have to like prepare kind of like yung resident card mo, yung health card mo, yung mga ganyan, of course. But with taxes, I don't even feel bad for what taxes we're paying. We make it as a joke. Of course na, oh, nag-message na yung ano, yung for child support or something like that. But we don't really feel bad because you really can feel kung ano yung binabayaran mo, which I feel is ultimately a better investment than anything else. And if you don't like Spain, you could always go back. You just spend those 2 years, get that citizenship, and you can always go back to the Philippines. You know, there's no harm in at least trying it out here, and then if it doesn't work for you, but for me or for us at least, we really like it here. It's just nice. So I need po muna 3 years experience bago makapag-apply for DND. Yes, or tapusin mo muna yung diploma mo. Huy Alex, oy, ba yan? Wag mo naman akong hinuhoy, Charis. um Minimum salary po para ma-approve, it's 2,849 euros per month if you're a single applicant. Puwede po ba yung digital nomad visa sa gusto lang magpunta dun sa Spain because may pinsan dun? Then I think you'll have better chances with visit visa. But of course, yeah, digital nomad visa can also be that. Hindi naman kailangan na ang ano mo lang, ang end goal mo lang is to just, get the citizenship. Hello po, new here. Easier po ba if I have a business in Philippines and is earning making content? It depends if your business is a corporation because basically, ang gusto nilang makita is that you are in contract with a company. So, yun yung talagang hinahanap nila. So, pwedeng siguro ikaw yung maging employee or independent contractor of your own company. Ano pong niche nyo sa D&D? I'm a web developer po. Stay there, girl. Walang pag-asa sa Pinas. Oh, I miss LB so much. I miss LB so much. Whatever I miss sa Philippines, I think is like food, the people, of course, but genuinely, it's just I have not been back to the Philippines since I came here like last 2024. I think it's there's just a little bit of fear in me that when I come back, like, oh, no, like, I just feel, hindi ko na siya mamimiss. Alam mo yun? Like, parang, kaya nga ako umalis pala dito, parang ganon. So, it is a bit of love-hate relationship with my own country. Hindi po ba struggle mag-interact with locals dahil sa language barrier? The thing is, Spanish people are so nice. Wow, they're so nice. Uh, my partner lived in Germany for like 8 years. So he knows how different they are. And I visited Germany. But usually kasi they're just nice to me there as well. But here sa Spain, grabe, they're so nice and they just appreciate the small efforts you try for speaking Spanish. And generally, I've never had a problem here yet. But and I hope that would be the case. But yeah, of course, there are some of my friends that like medyo may rude daw, ganyan. Pero generally, people here are just welcoming and, but we always tried that way naman kasi. Like, for example, for this apartment, ang pinaka-deciding factor namin dito is that how nice our landlord was. Just talking to him and stuff like that. So, we were like, we like that peace of mind na, okay, mabait yung landlord namin. Hmm. Saan po kayo sa Spain? Anong city maganda? May mix of nature and city life. So, I do live in Alicante. Mix ng city life and nature. Well, I think Valladolid is pretty nice and it's pretty close to Madrid. So, if you ever want to go to Madrid, you just take a bus or a train, So, yeah. May beaches po ba dyan sa Spain? Yes, we live near the beach because that's what I've always wanted. To live near the beach here in Alicante. And hopefully I'll become less busy to go to the beach more. But it's very nice. The beaches here are nice, but nothing beats the Philippines beaches. Ah, come on. It's just a thing. It's just nothing beats it. Is it hard to find a job in corporate world sa Spain? Hindi pa kasi ako naghahanap ng corporate job here, so I wouldn't know specifically. Hmm. How long do you have in Spain? Are you guys doing a meeting again? I'm here in Spain naman pretty much the whole time. But we're doing a meetup again in Salamanca at the end of June. And then this weekend we're meeting people here again in Alicante. We're just trying to make it a regular thing so that could see each other more. And I always tell people that wants to have a village here abroad is that you have to become the village first before you expect to have a village. So I think that's a good motto to live by. So you really have to know your neighbors. Okay. If mag-renew po kami ng DNV, same requirement ba like SEC, ITRS employee? Yes. After 3 years and we don't meet the requirement for DNV, what other path can we explore? There's NLV. It depends kasi sa profile nyo. I don't know your profile specifically, so it definitely varies. May DDS po ba dyan? I think, girl, you know the answer. They're everywhere. But the good thing is, you just don't surround your people. Don't surround yourself with people like that. Just really gotta eliminate them. Nip it from the bud. You have to be proactive. That, oh my god, I hate this, and this is the reason why the Philippines is like this. And usually they weed themselves out. Sila na rin yung mag-exit by themselves, because I'm like that. I'm very proactive in social media and stuff like that. I'm very out and proud about that. So if they have a problem with that, they can see themselves out. That's much easier. Pwede po ba mag-apply muna ng working visa? Yeah, that is possible as long as may client ka. Paano po yung transportation dyan? So we have buses, trains. Usually you have a transportation card and then you tap it sa loob ng train or sa loob ng station, and yeah, you just go in. It's pretty straightforward and easy naman. We do have Uber here as well and Cabify, which is kind of like Grab, but they're usually more expensive. Like for example, for one bus ride usually is like 40, 50 cents. And then for Cabify going to the same place, it would be around 6 euros, something like that. Marami bang other nationalities din po sa Alicante? Friendly? Have you been to Gihon? I haven't been to Gihon, but yeah, there are a lot of nationalities here. Alicante kasi is more of a tourist spot. So in summer, it's really busy here because they have really amazing beaches here. So we do get to meet a lot. And I always tell people it's good na to go out. So I try to like go out as much as I can and just kapalan lang yung mukha ko to talk to people. Citizen ka na po. Hopefully, we will be able to apply soon. I just need to finish my exams. Hmm. My sister graduated in UPLB. I could relate sa mga kwento mo. Mismo din po ba yung government sa Pinas? As if. Never. Ate, when ang next meetup? So, we're gonna have a meetup again in Alicante this weekend, and then in Salamanca at the end of January. We're thinking of doing another meetup sa Madrid. I think that would be a cool, because it was really cool the last time and it was really fun. But would love to meet other more DNVs talaga, kasi we were there last time, parang mga 30 kami. And then the last Alicante meetup were about 25. So, ang dami din. And hopefully it would grow more and more. Tayo na yung mananakop dito, Charis. Sorry to ask again, and COGS po ba required or not? Business owner under corporation. It varies kasi I don't know. I think we're having a miscommunication here. So the certificate of good standing in the Philippines is called the certificate of incorporation because the good standing for corporations are usually hard to get. So usually ina-accept na lang nila yung certificate of incorporation. So that would be enough for an application. Mm. Hello po, effective na po ba yung combined income ng spouse? Not yet po. Range of costs ng translation ng docs, it's about 20 to 25 euros per page. Pure Spanish ba kayo na marunong magtagalog? No, I'm not Spanish at all. What? I'm Filipina. I'm Filipino. Um, pure. Not really pure. I'm adopted, so we know I have a mix of something, but it's probably South Asian, not really like. Then you will see them here in Spanish. You see Espanol here; they look so different. Ano po common rejection pag business owner under corporation na application? We never had rejections for applications like that. So we wouldn't know. So as long as straightforward yung documents mo, it's the rejection here is such a low rate. As long as straightforward yung application mo. And it would be even more straightforward for you kasi technically kayo yung magpo-produce ng documents nyo. 'Di ba? So, kamusta naman po ang tax dyan? My tax is about, so how it works yung taxes here is your gross income minus kung ano yung deductible expenses mo. Yun yung magiging taxable income mo times kung ano yung percentage mo. So for example, for me, I'm around 20%, 25% ganyan. So I don't really have, tinatry ko na lang siyang out of sight, out of mind. But it's not really that bad. Di ba po, bago ka ma-approve dyan, dapat yung salary is 150K per month. Right now, it's what 2,849 euros per month. So it is definitely bigger than last year. Ang dami. Hoy, kang ganyan. Huwag napanood. Mas madali po ba ang pag-asikaso ng mga tax dyan compared sa BIR natin sa Pilipinas? I hire a tax accountant because I don't understand. Or not really, I don't understand. I understand it, but I don't want to be bothered by the taxes. Kasi I'm scared to make a mistake because, like, you're not in the Philippines anymore na everything just is falls to the cracks. So I wanted to make sure we do it right. But I know someone that does their own taxes here in Spain and they're fine. So I guess if meron kang background sa accountancy, accounting, CPA, ganyan, then I think you'll be fine. I'm Bolivian, but I found your DNV group so useful. Oh, that's nice. And thank you answering our queries. Oh, thank you so much, Jan. Yan ba yung pogi yung mga nasa Spain kahit homeless, Charis? Hoy, ba't ganyan yung mga tanong niyo sa akin? Iba na, hindi na yan for DNV. Hindi ko alam. I don't find them good looking. I find them good looking. I'm sorry. Ganun siguro pag may jowa. Hindi kasi ako wondering, after 3 years and we don't meet the requirement for DNV, what other path we can explore? It varies for your profile, but you can look into the NLV. You can look into work visas, that type of stuff. Paano po mag-apply ng visa? For the digital nomad visa, we have a DIY guide on the website that's for free. Where are you located? Saan ka nag-submit ng papers mo for DNV? I applied 2024 sa Philippines, sa Spain Consulate for my 1-year DNV. And then I got here, I got the feel for the place kung bet ko ba siya or what. And then I applied for the 3-year. So, yun. That's my story. And right now, I'm in Alicante. DDS po ako, di dapat saktan. Hoy! May... Akala ko Ding Dong Dantes supporters daw. Paano po mag-apply ng visa? Okay. I think we've answered that na. Ayun, but thank you so much, guys, for all your questions. I bet this will help a lot of people as well that are watching the live. Kasi alam ko, may iba dyan nahihiya magtanong. So, it's good that you guys also ask. Ma'am, pwede po bang combined income, content creation at business po? It depends on how it's gonna be set up. So I suggest you book a consultation call kasi it's a little bit complicated. But like I said, you have to see the DIY guide so parang magigets nyo kung paano yung setup, for example. Um, Hoy, ano ba yan? If magkaroon po ba ng citizenship after 2 years, kailangan pa i-continue ang DNV? No, because now you are not digital nomad visa holder. You do not exist in the rules for your residency. You're now a citizen. So, kahit bumaba na yung income mo or anything like that, or you want to start a business, you're a citizen now. So, you have the rights as other citizens as well. May specific year ba dapat na nasa remote job ka? What does that? You mean experience-wise? Not necessarily. It just depends kung related sa diploma mo, yung work mo, or if may 3 years na work experience ka na in that industry. Mas mura ba yung foods and vegetables dyan compared sa Philippines? I would say it's pretty much the same grocery-wise yung gastos namin. Probably mas mataas lang dito is if mahilig ka sa Filipino food kasi kailangan mo punta sa Filipino store. Need rin ba mag-aral sa Spain pag mag-a-apply ng work? I'm confused with that question. Sorry, be. Need ba ipa-apostle rin yung diploma dito sa Pinas? Yes. LGBT friendly ba dyan? Yes. Like I would say most well because I studied in UPLB, so most of my friends are LGBT. But here they have like associations and stuff like that. My friends have like associations here and they meet up like every weekend and stuff like that. So they are very LGBT friendly here. I mean, they recognize gay marriage here and stuff like that. So I think that's pretty straightforward. And they're not really like Catholic here anymore. Di na sila masyado ring religious. Most of the churches here kind of are for decoration. Parang ganun yung feels. How to start learning po ng Spanish lang. I would suggest you start learning from YouTube. That's where I started learning. Just put it while I'm working. Ganyan. And then, I love kasi serial watching shows. How does, that means like, gusto ko yung paulit-ulit kong pinapanood. Like, for example, I've watched Modern Family from beginning to end for like about 6 times. Same with Brooklyn Nine-Nine, probably more. So those type of stuff. And then I switch them now to watching them in Spanish. Because I kind of have them memorized in my head. So I gets mo yung context, you pick up a few words here and there. Anong work mo dyan, sis? I'm still a web developer. I'm still working for US clients as well. Is it safe po ba dyan sa Spain? How is the crime rate? I I would say it is much safer here because of course they have the 112 hotline which is kind of like the 911. And lagi mo makikita dito yung police na nagraronda. I'm not sure if it's because I lived 2 years in Barcelona and then I lived here. In Barcelona, there are pickpocketers daw, but I've never experienced it. I don't know if tingin nila ako yung pickpocket. Baka akala nila ako yung pickpocket, kaya hindi ako pickpocket. So, I'm not sure. But crime rate wise, of course, it's much lower than in the Philippines. And there's just so much more social help here. So, I think that's the upside of it. If you're looking at it as like the social aspect of it. Okay. How much do you think nang dapat na sweldo mo to live comfortably dyan? If you meet the minimum income requirement, you will live comfortably. Of course, the higher you go, it would be much better. But for me, the minimum income requirement suffices. Thank you so much po for answering our questions since end goal is citizenship. Paano nyo po pinaprep yung Fridella exam? Well, the thing is, I kinda kinda put it in the back of my mind for the first year because I was like, let's me just see if how do I soak up Spanish on my own. Since I was living in Barcelona, most of I that I've soaked up is Catalan, not really Spanish. So now I'm trying to like be more focused and try to do a little bit better because I'm approaching my um 2 year mark soon. So I don't think I'm gonna be applying on the dot because I did take time renewing from the 1 year to the 3 year, and the 1 year does not count. So yeah, that's a whole thing. Ayun. So I prep before like medyo low key. So I already know like a bit Spanish. I'm probably at around A1 level. But I'm now studying more for the exam. So I hire someone from Preply, and you do one-on-one calls with them for them to prepare you for the exam. Ayun. Kailangan ba matagal na sa remote job? Not necessarily. You just have to be 3 months dun sa client mo. And it depends kung may 3-year work experience ka na sa industry na yon. Or if you don't need it, then you have the diploma related sa industry na yon. It's better po ba to wait till maka 3 years of experience sa current remote job? May difference po ba sa requirement? If meron kang diploma, then hindi mo na kailangan hintayin yung 3 years. But kailangan mo hintayin yung 3 years if wala kang diploma. Need rin po ba mag-aral sa Spain 'pag mag-a-apply ng work? Not necessarily. Um, Madadala ko po ba mom ko and husband ko po at the same time as me if digital nomad visa ako? Yes, with caveats. If your mom is more than 8 years old, madali lang. But if not, then kailangan mo i-prove that she's physically, financially, medically dependent on you. Saan po maganda mag-start to reside with a balance of social life and cost-effectiveness? Salamanca used to be the go-to, but a lot of people I think moved there. It kind of raised the rent a little. So I would suggest somewhere around like maybe north of Spain, like Gihon, Valladolid, that type of stuff. So pag doon nakakanood po kayo football every week, this Cabarca. We watch football like probably twice since we've been living there. I'm not a sports person, but I would appreciate so much Barcelona for the fact that every time we are thinking of like what is a date idea or what do you want to do to go out, hindi kami gumagastos. We just go there, we sightsee kasi it's very pretty. So, wala kaming gastos. Hindi kailangan na pumunta sa EK pag may, 'di ba? May pag gano'n sa Pilipinas parang kailangan punta sa mall. Wala masyadong just walking around and enjoying stuff and that type of stuff. Or kung pupunta ka ng museum na libre, sobrang layo, and parang nagastos niyo na yung buong araw to just go there. So, I'd always appreciate that time of living in Barcelona. But here in Alicante, now it's about swimming, going to the beach all the time. Who love it here so much. I cannot even like explain. It's my dream. This literally like my dream come to life to live this near to the beach so that pag gusto ko lang mag-swimming, we'll go to swim. So it's really nice. Pwede magdala ng isang companion. Yes, you can apply for dependents with you. Can be your kids, your partner, your married partner, unmarried partner, your parents if they're elderly or if they're physically, financially, and all that dependent on you, pwede mo rin silang dalhin. Siblings, you cannot. You cannot bring them. Thank you po. Better po ba to wait? Okay, think. Ano favorite Spanish food mo? The thing is, baka mabash ako, but magtatagalog ako para hindi nila maintindihan. They suck at making food. I don't like it. Hindi ko siya trip. I mean, masarap yung mga, like yung mga international stuff like paella, because everyone knows about that, but ay, hindi ko gusto yung food dito. I don't know if that's a valid thing. Kung masyadong gusto yung food dito, good ha, like their pasta is good, but technically that's not Spanish, right? So, yeah, might make me cancel, but hindi ko gusto yung most ng parang cuisine nila. Or maybe I just haven't been exploring yung sa regions. But their bakeries here, kasi I'm more of a sweet tooth anyway, their bakeries here always hits good. They have the best cheesecake I've ever had. Best lemon tart, like apple tart, all those type of stuff. Best cream puffs I've ever had here. So I would give them up for that with baking and stuff like that. They're really good. But food-wise, wala pa akong like, wow, mind-blowing, ganon. Ako pa din kasi very foodie ako eh. So, I don't know if that maybe is, the reason why. Ano bang lasa? Not necessarily sa lasa, but it's just nothing groundbreaking. Like, nothing na that special. Like, the first time I've ate, for example, pad thai. That's like, Can't imagine like parang gano'n, parang ma-mind blown ka or like those type of stuff. But for example dito parang I feel like wala nga pa akong nakain na ano specifically na Spanish food na mind blown ako, gano'n. Nano-notice niyo po ba na yearly yung rate ng DNV requirements nagtataas? Yes. Ano yan kasi yan, Spain. So, nakabase yan sa minimum wage here in Spain. So, every year, nagtataas sila ng minimum wage dito. Kasi nga, alam nila na nag-account sila for the inflation. So, the more tumataas yung minimum income requirement. Oo nga, magtatagalog ako pero sorry na. Kasi hindi naman Tagalog yung first language ko, guys. I'm Ilocano. So, mahirap din sa akin mag-Tagalog. Na, ay, hoy Renz, wag mo ako yung ano wag mo akong chinachaka dyan mahal po ba dyan sa Alicante, house and food, etc.? Magkano rent for a room? It depends. It depends on the season you're looking for apartments. Swertihan na sa paghanap ng apartment. For us, the 800 euros is pretty good. It's pretty fair kasi ang laki nung house kasama na lahat ng appliances, ng furniture, and we really like the house. It's newly renovated and the location. Oof, nothing beats the location. It's 2 minutes away from Mercadona. Like, nasisilip namin yung Mercadona by our window. So, we really like it. It doesn't have an elevator, but we were like, that's fine kasi papayat tayo kasi walang elevator. We were just like this. Ilan po minimum monthly salary as digital nomad? It's 2,849 euros for a single applicant. Hello po, VA for 1 year and my degree is business management. Pwede na po ba? If it's related yung, ano mo, yung job mo to business management, then I would say yes. If you're more of an operations person or an executive assistant, then yeah, the EK reference. Girl, kasi parang yun lang yung parang magagawa mo around like, ng parang this part of Laguna. If wala kang car, of course, there are a lot of parts of Laguna that are really good to explore if may car ka. But if wala kang car, parang, okay, parang something to do something nice and special, parang andyan yung EK, ganyan. So, it's kind of like nice here. It's just pretty. It's just nice to go around the place. And it's for free. Hindi ka magagastos. And it doesn't require much effort or planning. Okay, next is... Thank you, Miss Alex. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Marian. Sorry if this has been already answered, if you're already comfy to answer. Sorry, Tessa, hindi ko nakita yung ano mo, yung message mo. Um, how to apply? We have um Med visa application up on our website, so you can go check that out. Pwede po ba online business yung income? It depends. It depends on how you structure it. So it would be best to get on a consultation call so we could know your profile fully. Where's your hometown po? Tuguegarao po. Hoy, wag kayong nag-Ilocano dito. Baka maano sila, baka ma-alienate. Baka ma-FOMO. Is 100k pesos monthly okay? No, because there is a minimum income requirement, which is 2,849 euros per month. Okay. Pwede ba multiple income streams, including VA work, press, digital nomad, papunta ng Spain? Yeah, so pwede kang may multiple clients dito sa digital nomad visa. So that would be fine. Oh, thank you then so much, Riek. Ano pa expectation versus reality nyo sa Spain? My expectation is I would be enjoying working outside, but I realized na medyo useless to buy a laptop because I really don't like working. Kailangan ko ng place where I could work. I need to like sit there and work. So that's why I always been a PC person anyways. I just thought I would travel more, and I can't. It doesn't work for me to work outside of my comfort zone. So mas better for me na like wag na lang mag-laptop. That's my expectation versus reality. Everything I researched this for almost like a year before I even started gathering documents because I wanted to be sure. And even when I got approved, I was still sour graping na baka hindi naman ako na ma-approve and stuff like that. And then after nun, baka hindi ako makalusot sa immigration, something like that. And then pagkarating ko dito, wag muna ako mag-renew for 3 years kasi baka hindi ko naman gusto magstay dito. So, ang dami ko sour grape na ganun kasi I'm a very like type A person. I do pros and cons list. Physically, I know that's crazy, but like I do pros and cons list. Like, kailangan ko yun isulat when making decisions and stuff like that. Masyado akong OA sa na parang, ayun, medyo OA. Ganon, as a person. So, it was a really big decision din naman to migrate. So, I really thought it through before. So, there was not a very high expectation for Spain. But genuinely with Barcelona, I thought I would make more friends. I thought I would be more outgoing and stuff. Because I used to be a very much an extrovert. And then, nung pandemic, I think it affected a little bit of my brain chemistry. And I started becoming more introverted. Nagiging mahiyain na ako just for like asking kahit sa Pilipinas. And then I thought, okay, I would move to Spain. My mom wouldn't be there to like take calls for me or like ask them to do this and stuff. So I thought ganon, like I would be more comfortable making friends, that type of stuff. But turns out you really get busy, and if you don't really make an effort to make friends, they're not just gonna happen. They're not gonna fall into your lap all of a sudden. So that's something I wrote in my manifestation for 2026, that I would make more friends, I would meet more people, I would make a more conscious effort to meet everyone, especially now that a lot of my friends are coming here, a lot of my clients are coming here, so I try to make it a point to meet them, and that's why we set up a lot of these meetups and stuff. And it's good then, I think, to have a community here. Kasi I'm telling people, like, always na nagsasabi na parang, oh, yung mga Filipinos sa abroad, you have to, gano'n. Pero sa DND kasi, it's just a positive community. It's just a positive community kasi walang hilaan pababa, walang inggitan, or anything like that, because all of you work online. So, kind of like have the same backgrounds usually. So, alam mo yun. So, it's very easy to get along with everyone. Ano pang niche nyo? I'm a web developer po. May leave Canada. So I did have clients that are in Canada, and nag-apply sila here for the digital nomad visa because they could not see really like an end goal there, or even in Australia. But hopefully hopefully they also ease on people, kasi I know there's been a lot of like immigration issues right now around the world. I mean, almost the whole of the world is becoming very right wing mindset, very Republican mindset right now. So even though they say like, oh, the world is becoming Democrat, yes, but government wise, a lot of right wings are winning elections all over the world. So that's really kind of sad because that affects very good immigration policies. Hello Miss Alex, happy Friday. Hi Anne, sana tinignan mo na yung contact sinend ko sa Charis. Based on your experience, is it better to apply DNV inside of Spain? Yes. Mas strict talaga sa consulate, sa Spain consulate in the Philippines. Ate citizen na kayo? Not yet po. Do you think it's good for ESL din po? Yes, we've had actually a client. You see her here in TikTok, Teacher Rena. She's an ESL teacher, and yeah, she brought her mom, her baby, and her husband here in Spain. Ate, ilang months ka lang pwede umalis ng Spain before citizenship? Generally, the safe number is 45 days out of the year. So every year, dapat 45 days lang yung labas pasok mo. From Vietnam and Thailand, emails for Schengen but no response yet. Hmm. Kailangan po ba matagal na taxpayer sa police bago maka-apply ng Spain ng nomad visa? No, not po. Praying po talaga, we're planning po kasama bestie ko. Oh, we're manifesting that for you for 2026 or 2027. Whatever sa timeline nyo. Uy, Ann, I sent you the, I sent you the, contract. You need to check sa spam. Okay, and then, sorry. There you go. Hmm. Naka-count po ba yung pagpunta sa ibang EU countries? Not necessarily, because there's no really way to count it, to be honest. So, that's not gonna be a problem. What is the success rate po ng DNV application in Spain? It's fairly high, even with our clients. Um, so far, since I've been doing this since last year, actually, nagkaka-problem lang if may changes. And then usually after we fix that, reapply them, there won't be problems. So for example, there are three cases that we've handled that had problems. Isa is nung nag-open yung EES, yung entry-exit system, and they don't issue physical stamp sa passports here now. And they had to go get the and hindi in-input ng officer sa system yung pagpasok nila ng Spain for the central immigration system. So that was a problem. They got denied. And then we reapplied them and we actually got this week yung approval nila. And so that's really good. And then another one is nung nag-start sila mag-ask na yung bank statements kailangan may stamp and signature. So yung stamp and signature, for example, for Security Bank, either hindi sila nag-i-issue yung branch na yon talaga or they're lying, I don't know, but we weren't able to get it on time and then we reapplied, nakakuha na, and then it went well. So it really like usually is around that time yung mga rejections, but otherwise almost gonna be 100 applications now and never had a problem with them. And then the other one siguro is etong sa SSS na now they're becoming stricter and want to see the word self-employed doon sa certificate, not just voluntary. Nasa spam nga, OMG, buti naka-live ka. Thank you so much. Aw, ilang years to be a citizen? 2 years. Really appreciate sharing your stories with us. Aw, thank you. Ano ano pong need documents for free on the website. You can just click on my profile and go to my link tree. Ilang years na po kayong VA? It's gonna be almost 7, 8 years now. It's really been a long journey. I'm like still 26. Started doing side hustles when I was like 15. Told you po magka-idea sa whole process. Oh, thank you so much. Once na mag-grant po yung 3 years na DNV, do they check ITR, etc. in between, or 3 years is good for 3 years? 3 years is good for 3 years. They don't check your ITR, but you do have to pay taxes here in Spain. How old are you? I'm 26 now. And what niche? I'm a web developer. And I didn't graduate anything related to computer science. I actually studied forestry in UPLB. So it's very outside of what I do now. But kaya inconsistent pa rin sila sa requirements? Because I think we forget that it's a person that checks these documents. It's not like a machine. So each worker has their own set of rules in their head. And each person probably also has different like time-wise. Kasi may iba talaga diretsong approval na. And usually it's rare to have additional requirement. I think it's mas maingay lang yung additional requirement because mas yun yung kasi pag anxious ka, yung negative yung laging tinitingnan. But a lot of people get approved directly. It's just a matter of depende lang talaga yan sa worker na nag-check. Okay. Okay, there you go. Pag nagpa-consult po ba, i-review requirements and you will suggest strategy for approval? For consultation call, I usually, how the call goes is I review your profile based on the form you submitted, and then I have a few questions of clarification there, and then we will do the strategy and timeline, and then kung gusto mo yung DIY process, I can explain how that works, or the Atin Swing process, I can explain that works, and then we have a Q&A portion. But I will not review documents themselves on those calls or for free kasi that would be kind of unfair to my clients. Mm, next one. I'll go. I live in Alicante po right now. So, I used to live in Barcelona. But I've been here for 2 months. Finally got my padron as well. So, I was gonna do a video actually about that to share the experience of moving your padron from somewhere else to your current city. But I'm so happy because a lot of people are moving in Alicante too. So, we're gonna see them tomorrow in Bar Manila because it's the only Filipino restaurant that's here in Alicante. Sabi ko nga dapat sana may mag-open dito ng Filipino store. Kasi marami-rami na din yung mga Filipinos here. And that's just DNV usually yung nakikita namin na, or yung mini-meet namin. So that does not even have yung CFA, for example, yung community talaga ng mga Filipinos here, like that is like mix of all visas and stuff. Things you wish you would have known before moving. I wish I would have known to just apply here directly. It's just when I applied, there was really no DIY guide of paano ba mag-apply directly here in Spain. So I wish I just knew that. So hindi na sayang yung 6 months na I stayed here, paid taxes and all that for not it being counted sa citizenship. So I wish I knew about that. And then otherwise, I think I would have seen because it was so busy when I applied. It got so busy. So I think I wish I would have seen my friends more, would have spent more time with family, mga ganon. Kasi that's really all that I miss from the Philippines. Mm, grabe naman yan. And then, oh, really need you talaga po para maintindihan ko paano makastart. So yeah, we do have the DIY guide. So it's kind of gonna be straightforward. And we do have the group as well. Mm. Ate, naka-sole proprietor ang BIR ko, pero independent contractor ako with 2 companies. That works. That works. Then, as long as you have the contract with those companies and you just naka-register ka as sole proprietor, no? That's fine. I think hindi naman yan magiging problema. If I understand you clearly, that shouldn't be a problem. Other than that, do you guys have any questions? Kasi lumagpas na pala tayo ng 1 oras. But thank you so much, guys, for just being here and watching this lives. I know I haven't been consistent. I would try to be more consistent. But we're traveling again over June, and there's a lot of people coming here in June and a lot of applications on June. So I don't think I'd have much free time, but I would try to do more lives more consistently. I'm trying to do it every 2 weeks. So let's hope I can stay consistent for that. But definitely, if you have any questions, we definitely go to our um Linktree. We have a group. We have our GC. You can just ask questions there. It's not just me that's there. Everybody was so helpful. And positive community that helps each other. So thank you so much guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Magpahinga naman kayo, matulog ng maaga, and I hope to see you soon here in Spain. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao!